Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel, and this is my first impressions look on the Li-Ning Speed 7 Premium. So this shoe is going for $133 on Amazon. So if you guys do want to cop, I'll leave a link in the description box. There are a bunch of cool colorways of this shoe. I believe Fred VanVleet was wearing this. You know, he's kind of like the main guy wearing this shoe, and this shoe is made for like speed, you know, like guards, someone that wants a very responsive shoe. So yeah, let's get it started right off with the tracciones, right? So for the traction pattern, we got a lot of L's and like a lot of backwards L's, I guess. It's kind of like an L pattern a little bit that kind of like goes in a circle or something, and that's pretty much throughout this entire outsole. And we got some whole designs. I don't really know what this is. It kind of reminds you of like a dipper or something, you know, like in the stars, you know how you connect the stars with these little dots. But yeah, the traction seems pretty good, you know, trying it on my wood floors. And as far as the durability goes, the durability is something that I don't think is going to be very good in the shoe for some reason. You know, Li-Ning or just Chinese companies in general, as you guys all know, make very durable outsoles because the majority of the population in China play on an outdoor court, right? But feeling the actual grooves on the shoe, they're actually quite thin and quite soft. So we'll have to see on the durability, but they did one thing very good, right? So if you see in the high wear areas where the ball of your foot is, there are more grooves. There's more rubber, so that means better durability here in the forefoot as well as here in the heel. You guys see that? So this is also a high wear area here in the heel. So they did a really good job on that. I like how, you know, they know that, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to Nike, like if you look on the Precision 5, the more durable part of the outsole is on the less high wear area part of the outsole, you know? And then here in the heel, we have, this kind of reminds me of the Curry 2. You know, it's kind of decoupled, I would say. You know, it has this like, I'm just going to call it a butt chin. It kind of reminds me of a butt chin, you know? But the traction, you know, it seems solid. Durability, I am a little bit iffy on. But I'm giving this shoe the benefit of the doubt right now because Li-Ning and like Chinese companies in general make very durable outsoles. Alright, moving on to the heel to toe transition, it seems very smooth. We have a nice curved shape here in the heel and a very nice curved shape here in the forefoot, and we have a lot of forefoot flex. So it seems pretty damn smooth so far right now. And now moving on to the cushioning setup, they're using a blend of two cushions, right? So they're using Bounce. They kind of spelled Bounce wrong, but that's probably just their tech, proprietary tech. So it's called Bounce Plus, this black foam, and it's like pretty much bottom loaded. It's on the bottom here, and it's super thin, as you guys can see. It's a little thick here in the heel and thins out quite a bit coming here into the midfoot and here into the forefoot. And also they're using light foam, right? So light foam is this red part. Light foam is soft and the Bounce is obviously bouncy. So how does the cushion feel? It feels okay. You know, as far as the underfoot cushioning goes, it's all right. You know, the stroke board is pretty stiff. Hopefully it breaks in a little bit more. Right now, underfoot cushioning is quite stiff. You don't really feel like a nice soft sensation or anything right underneath your foot. But the actual midsole does compress a good amount here in the heel. In the forefoot though, it is quite caged, especially here in the forefoot and also here in the heel, as you guys can see from this like plastic piece that they're calling, what are they calling it? The Pro Bar Lock. You know, so I don't know what it is with these the Chinese companies, but they gotta name everything. But it's just this plastic part and this caging, like this light foam as well. And then underneath that is the Bounce cushion. So right now it feels really responsive with, I guess, like pretty good impact protection, a little bit of compression here in the heel, but as far as like underfoot cushioning goes, it's pretty stiff. And of course, that's probably all on purpose because, you know, like I said, this shoe is designed for like fast players, someone who wants a very responsive shoe. Alright, moving on to the material. So they're using a textile material and it's actually very nice. It looks a little glued down, you know, when you look at it, but it doesn't feel like very stiff. It doesn't really feel flimsy. It actually feels premium. They did a really good job in making this material because it feels like very supportive. Like there's really no stretch to it, but it's very soft. It conforms to your foot very well. It's very thin as well, and it stays thin from the toe box all the way here into the midfoot area. So the materials feel very nice, and I also kind of like the design of the material. It looks pretty dope. As far as the tongue goes, the tongue has I would say like an average amount of padding. And we got a little bit of like synthetic leather as well. And here in the ankle area, we have a very nice Achilles pad, just one pad. And this colorway is like yellow, but then like it's super soft. It's very thick. and it's very comfortable on the Achilles. I really like that. So the overall materials feel very nice. As far as the laces go, so we got some flat laces, and then for the eyelets we got like it's kind of like flywire a little bit, but then it's like stitched to the upper. And also we have flywire on the lateral and medial side of the shoe here, kind of like in the ankle area. I don't know why you would ever need flywire here. I would think you would need flywire more like here in the forefoot, but anyways. So the laces go through this flywire cable, and then another like eyelet flywire cable. So it goes through like 2 cables, which is interesting, but when you pull on it, it kind of does tighten this flywire here. But does it do anything? Not really, because you already have like an internal TPU heel counter, so you don't really need a whole lot of more support. But there's that, I guess. And then here in the back of the heel, it says Year of the Ox, and we have this really cool graphic with a little bit more foam on it. So overall, the materials are great. All right, moving on to the fit. I'll go true to size. If you want a really snug fit, I would suggest going down half a size. I went true to size, and it fits me pretty damn well, but I feel like I could have gotten away with going down half a size. I mean, there is a little bit of toe room, and it runs a little long. So I feel like maybe going down half a size would have been a little bit better for me, but going true to size is still not that bad. And then as far as the width goes, I would say it's around normal width. So yeah, I mean, I wish it was a little bit more snug here in the toe box. And obviously it would be more snug if I went down half a size. But for most people, I feel like true to size, yeah, you guys should be good. Also, this shoe is very easy to put on and take off because of this very high heel tab. You just tighten the laces and you're good to go. So I really like that about this shoe. Moving on to the support and lockdown, I feel like it's going to be good, you know. So as far as lateral stability goes, we have a little bit of an outrigger. So we have this outsole kind of like extending up here into the forefoot, and also extending out from the forefoot as well, acting as an outrigger. So you have a nice wide flat base. And for lateral containment, as you guys can see, the rubber does come up. It says 7 here for speed 7, obviously. So that's going to cage you in here in the forefoot, and then here in the heel, we have this external TPU heel counter, which also acts as kind of like a midfoot shank plate. It seems like it's all one piece here, and it also even feels like there is an internal TPU heel counter. So you're pretty much locked in here in the heel. So I feel like support and lockdown is going to be really good in the shoe. All right, moving on to the weight of the shoe, I feel like it's going to be pretty average. I think maybe 12-13 ounces. Oh, 13.37 ounces, so a little bit heavier than normal. Does it feel heavy? Not really. You feel a little bit of the weight here in the heel with all this like plastic and stuff like that. So it definitely feels just a tiny bit bottom heavy, especially since the material is just so light and thin feeling. But it doesn't really feel like too heavy or too bulky or anything. It definitely feels like it's going to be a responsive shoe. So I don't think weight is going to be an issue at all for this shoe. And then moving on to the aesthetics, they're awesome. You know, whoever's designing Li-Ning shoes, they're doing a great job, right? And also here in the toe box, this kind of reminds me of the WOW 8. You know, as you guys can see, the outsole does come up a little bit to wrap up here into the toe box. But yeah, I mean, it looks awesome. This colorway is sick. I love the Year of the Ox in this like little graphic. So yeah, this is a great looking shoe in my opinion. Tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. So wrapping things up, I mean, Li-Ning rarely disappoints. You know, Li-Ning makes really good performing shoes. I mean, it's a little expensive sometimes, but you get really good quality shoes that perform very well. So Li-Ning, they're doing a great job, and this shoe feels like it's gonna be a great performer as well. So again, if you guys do want to cop, I'll leave a link in the description box. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.